A new department is set to open when President-elect Trump takes office in January. It's called the Department of Government Efficiency. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy will head it up. And depending on your politics, it might sound like a great idea or a terrible one. But let's take a step back. How much power will it actually have? I want to talk about that. And let's start with the name, the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. That acronym, that word, it carries more meaning than meets the eye. Here's a tweet that Elon Musk wrote in 2019, years before he'd take over Twitter and rebrand it as X. It says, "Dogecoin might be my fave cryptocurrency. It's pretty cool." Okay, so what is Doge or Dogecoin? If you aren't a meme historian or a crypto bro, just know this. It's a joke, or at least it started as one. Doge memes were all over the internet in 2013. Here's one about birthdays. It's got a picture of a Shiba Inu with things like, "Wow, much birthday, so celebrate," all typed out around it. You might be thinking, why is it called Doge in the first place? Is that the dog's name? No, don't overthink this. It's a meme, it's nonsense, but somebody loved it so much in 2018 they took the meme and moved it from email chains to the blockchain, creating a new cryptocurrency called Dogecoin. If Bitcoin was supposed to be an alternative currency, then Dogecoin would be the alternative to the alternative. And Musk didn't stop with that 2019 tweet you saw. He kept hyping up Dogecoin online. In 2021, Dogecoin's value soared. Musk even said that he would accept Dogecoin for people buying Teslas. You can see that since then, the coin's value has gone down. But since the election, it's spiking again, value today at 39 cents. The point is, Dogecoin represents the alternative. It represents volatility, and it represents Musk's influence. Today, the meme-turned cryptocurrency takes on a new form. It's unrelated to the coin, but connected by Elon Musk, the Department of Government Efficiency. Trump says the department is meant to dismantle government bureaucracy, slash excess regulations, cut wasteful spending, and restructure federal agencies. Musk has said it would be possible to cut $2 trillion from government spending. He put it this way in the announcement about Doge: "This will send shockwaves through the system and anyone involved in government waste," which is a lot of people, exclamation mark. There are a lot of people who work for the federal government, 2 million employees nationwide, and an estimated 42,000 in North Carolina alone. When Musk says he wants to cut the workforce, he means it. Musk told the BBC last year that he laid off more than 6,000 people at Twitter since taking over the company. That's 80% of the company's staff. Now, it is worth pointing out that even with that many layoffs, the platform is still very much functional. It's got hundreds of millions of monthly active users. But the United States isn't a private company. Musk can't just slash and burn with the federal government. Unions represent a majority of federal workers, giving them great job protection. A federal employment attorney I spoke with said the government has signed bargaining contracts with these unions, which makes firing employees even harder.
And those are contracts. Those contracts are not going to be voidable by the U.S. president. He has to go and act in good faith with those contracts.
And even employees who aren't protected by a union can't just be fired at will. Unlike private sector workers in many states, federal employees are entitled due process. That means the government has to prove the employee did something wrong, which employees can protest and then appeal to an oversight board. It's a big, long process. However, and this is a big one, there's also something called reduction in force. Basically, it lets government cut positions without proving employee wrongdoing, and that could spell trouble for them.
The reduction in force is definitely a real, very real concern. People have the right to be scared. They really do.
But before we get carried away with the possibilities, consider that Doge isn't an official government department. Article 2, Section 2, Clause 2 of the Constitution reads, "The Constitution gives Congress substantial power to establish federal government offices." Congress, as an initial matter, the Constitution vests the legislative power in Congress. But there is a way around this. Here's another look at Trump's announcement about Doge. He says the department will provide advice and guidance from outside of government. Instead of Doge being a department, it could operate as an advisory board for President Trump. And this wouldn't be anything groundbreaking. There are actually tons of these in federal agencies. The EPA has the Children's Health Protection Advisory Committee. The Department of Commerce has the Bureau of Economic Analysis Advisory Committee. The list goes on. Meredith College political science professor David McLennan told me that Doge would operate under the General Services Administration, offering advice to that agency and the executive branch. He went on to tell me Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, I suppose, would chair this new committee that would seek public input on government waste. As an advisory board, not an actual department, Doge can make lots of recommendations to the president and top officials. But how many of them will be actually implemented is really unknown. Here's what we can be sure of, though. Doge will offer Elon Musk continued access and influence over the government at a very important time for him. His company, SpaceX, has $3.6 billion in contracts with federal agencies this year. Musk is also wrapped up in 10 ongoing legal fights with the feds, from lawsuits to federal investigations, including one over the safety of Tesla's vehicles. Musk has a lot to gain from what Trump tasked him with, slashing excess regulations and restructuring federal agencies. Let's think back to Dogecoin, a disruptor within the already disruptive world of cryptocurrency. At first, it was a joke. Now it's a serious stock traded by many people. Doge also aims to be a disruptor, and while its power and weight are in question for now, it may not stay that way. We'll be watching to see how it disrupts, who the winners are, and who's left behind.